And what you're seeing here are dehydrated shrimp that I made from last night. I forgot to make a video of how I prepare for it, but I got more shrimp that I like to do the dry shrimp. We used this in Taiwan when I was a kid, and you dehydrate them and then you rehydrate them before you cook them, and you could use them to flavor any of the vegetables that you want. And that is if I made it through the snackings. I used to would snack on them before I even start cooking anything, and hope they will last. But anyhow, these dry shrimp was about 3 pounds, and once it dehydrated, the last time I checked, 3 pounds of shrimp would turn into like 8.8 ounce. But I found a few still a little wet, so I turned it back on the dehydrator for another couple of hours. So it'll be fun to find out how much I actually wind up with. Okay, so now we got the scale with the container, and let's zero it out. Let's see how we got, how much, how little shrimp we have left here now after it's dehydrated. So that's for a little over 6 ounces right there. Well, actually I was wrong before. I guess I had put it on the pound before, and it was 0.88 pounds. But now I have it on set on ounce. And so 3 pounds of shrimp actually got me 11.7 ounces of dry shrimp, or dehydrated shrimp. Anyhow, they're good for cooking or snacking. And we'll show you how to prepare your shrimp for dehydrating if you want. And these can be kept in a jar, I guess, if you vacuum seal. But where I grow up, we actually kind of just leave them out, and we never refrigerated them, you know. And we just kind of put in this plastic bag and tied it up and stash it away on the side. But whenever we needed to flavor any kind of dishes that require seafood flavor, we break out these dry shrimp. But of course, they usually use the small ones because it's not much of an economic value. So when they process it this way, it makes them more money. But I use extra large shrimp, which is kind of, you know, they would consider wasteful. But I need freezer room, and I was able to pick up these shrimps at a decent price, like less than $10 for 2 pounds. Nowadays, I guess you would consider that cheap. So anyhow, make good use of what you could get. We are going to try to preserve some of these shrimp that I was able to get for $6.99 for 2 pounds. These are humongous shrimp.
Can you pick one up real quick? Just kind of, okay.
That's after I peel them. And you could buy, you know, I peel them all off so that the shell will go to the garden. Mm-hmm. You could bury them around your plants and your trees. And the liquid that you could use, you could dilute it as a fertilizer as well. And if you don't have that, you know, you could put it in the compost pile to help, you know, the nutrient wise. But anyway, nothing goes to waste. And now I got this. This is actually what I used yesterday to blanch about 3 pounds of shrimp. Mm-hmm. And I season it with a pack of instant noodle packet seasoning. Uh-huh. Because I want some flavor, because I'm going to use this broth for soup base later on. You know, again, nothing go to waste. Or you could use the first time I used this one, the Shin Ramen instant pack. It's right. Spicy, but what I found out that it really doesn't make much difference as far as the shrimp concerned. You just want that salty flavor, okay? And basically, after you dehydrate them, that's what they look like.
Oh, that's a big difference.
Yes. So basically, each quart jar could take up 2 pounds. Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go.
That a quart jar could take up actually 3 pounds of shrimp.
Wow.
Yeah, this is 3 pounds minus 1 or 2 that I snack on.
Mm-hmm.
They taste like shrimp jerky. Very good. As a kid, I
now,
like to
does it
snack.
retain the flavor that you've added?
It intense the flavor. Oh no, it really doesn't. It just gives you a little saltiness. That's it.
So basically, what you're doing is you're just taking the flavor from the shrimp and putting it
put
into
in the
broth.
broth.
Okay.
Yes, but I had to blanch them anyway.
Okay, so you're blanching it, but getting the benefit of the flavor of the shrimp.
Yeah. Then
the
I
same
use
time.
the broth for like the instant noodles
Right.
that you eat a couple times already. And how did you like it?
Oh, it was awesome.
So just basically, you just put your shrimp in that the boiling soup base. Then you just kind of stir it around. And you see that they already start to turn pink a little bit. That's really all you need to do. And then you just take it all out.
So you just want them to get like, you just undercooked?
It's just blanch. It's not even cooked.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you just set the shape and seal the almost like seal the
Whatever
flavor
flavor
in.
inside.
Yeah, so that it doesn't. It just sealed it in. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you just put it on. You can see that marks. Those are just the juice from the previous batch. I'm just gonna keep doing it until I'm done with this. And you know, each batch that I blanched, I'll put it in, and then when I filled up this dehydrator could accommodate about 4 pounds of shrimp. And it depends on the weather and the humidity and all that. It takes anywhere from, I would say, 12 hours or a little bit longer. Okay.
So what got you to think about dehydrating shrimp?
Well, because
It was good
when
price at the store.
yeah, the price was good, and we bought so much of it that I actually ran out of room. But I just can't pass up on the good price. So I started thinking, how I never seen people can shrimp
I know
before.
we were talking about it before, like how to can shrimp.
Yeah.
But
And
I don't think there was a way to really can shrimp.
well, if you think about it, how much you like canned fish besides salmon and tuna?
Kind of like
You know,
either tough or it's mushy or.
yeah, and you don't want to overcook the shrimp, you know. So basically, I say, oh wait a minute. As a kid, you know, we used to buy the dry shrimp from store to cook. You know, but they use the small shrimp. They don't use the big shrimp because big shrimp commands good price anyway. And but the usually what you see is the small ones, you know, like maybe smaller than half my pinky, you know, and even those were pretty expensive, you know. So, but as a kid, I used to like to snack on them,
Right.
and it kind of reminded me that, hey, wait a minute, you know, I should have done that. Yeah. So I'm taking advantage of all the cheap shrimp,
Yeah.
you know, when you could buy it for $7 for 2 pounds.
Yeah.
What not to like?
Right.
And that way you preserve it. If you want to eat it as a snack, you could. If you want to cook with your, say, stir fry Chinese cabbage with the dry shrimp, that's one of the, you know, popular Chinese dish. Then you just rehydrate it in some warm water, and then because we keep it clean and we dehydrate it in a dehydrator, the water that you rehydrate the shrimp in could go into your cooking as well. It's all the flavor in there.
Right.
So now we're going to put the next batch in. The water starting to boil again. And you don't really have to wait till it's boiled. You could just go ahead and put it in because you're just trying to kind of get them set their shape. So it's that quick, and they're ready to come out already. Just remember that once you get all your shrimp blanched, make sure that you get that broth to come to a full boil for a few minutes, so that way it doesn't spoil.
And then you can use it for other goodies.
Yes.
Soups and noodles and who knows what else.
And or you could use that to make your broth to go into steamed eggs.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we could show how to do the steamed
that's something
eggs.
we need to
Next time.
Need to do, yeah.
Okay, so let's fill this up. Okay, so that's one layer done. Put that aside. Now this layer, the lining doesn't want to do as good. And I love these things. These are, I think these are, how you call it, silicone, very thin silicone, very small holes in there so that nothing will fall through. And it makes it's so easy to clean as compared to these grids.
They help keep those clean.
Yeah, boy, those are hard to clean. So I love these things. And you know, basically, you have to preserve as much food as you can, and you buy them when it's cheap, you know. Right now, they have the peeled one, but it's smaller shrimp. For 2 pounds, they want $19.99. Now, why would you not spend $6.99 and buy bigger shrimp? The only difference is you have to peel them.
So then, once you get them dehydrated and you put them in the jars, then what do you do?
I put oxygen absorber in there, and then I'll vacuum seal them for long-term storage. I mean, we didn't do all that stuff when I was growing up in Taiwan. They're just being left out all the time, you know. And even sometimes they got a little slimy on the outside. We just wash it off and still eat it, still cook with it, you know. It's a modern phenomenon, you know. People are so afraid of germs that's why they get sick so much.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, as far as I can remember, I hardly ever get sick. Too poor to get sick.
Right.
You know? But
yeah,
anyhow.
Everybody's too worried about the germs now. Huh?
Yes. But what you need to worry about is to make sure you have enough food. I grew up poor. I never knew where my next meal is going to come from. I always have food insecurity. So this is one way to fix my insecurity and to make sure that we have good food and pay a reasonably good price for it.
Right.
You know, well, if I know I could get these for $7 for 2 pounds, no way in hell I would pay $20 for 2 pounds.
Right.
So, know your math.
Yes.
You know, you think about it: $7 versus $20. That means you paid just a little over 1/3 of a price.
Yep. And get it while you can and preserve them and.
Yeah, do whatever you want, you know. And like I say, they make good jerkies. You know, you just bite into it, you know, like you're eating jerky, and it tastes good. It's very, you know, it's chewy, and it's tasty, and it's like concentrated shrimp flavor. You know. Yeah. Did you like it when you tried it?
Yeah, very good.
And you didn't think you would, did you?
Nope.
But anyhow.
So let's let you finish this, and we'll come back and when everything's full. Do we want to?
You don't need, you know, you just sit it on top of the dehydrator, and you put the top on, and you plug it in. That's it. And this is the end product.
Right.
It's done. Oop, that one got wet by my hand, so I better leave that one out.
You might have to eat that one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to sacrifice this one.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
All righty. Talk to you later.